I'll suck your toes, bro. I'll suck your toes.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Oh, God.
We got two Isaiahs.
That's one thing done.
Here it is.
Hold up.
Hey,
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
there we go.
No,
Uh,
it's good, uglies.
whose man this is?
Nah, it was a lot of extra steps that I had to get this to work. I don't know. Bro, I hate your password.
My password.
Yo, I couldn't stop thinking about that for the past week because it's been snowing and my socks are wet all day. I was like, oh, Josh, you have jokes with this right now.
You recording this?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
heard.
So everybody Gucci?
Yeah, we good.
Barely.
Barely.
About as good as I'm gonna be today. Shit. Oh man.
Yeah. Niggas gotta figure out a name, but first and foremost, let me hit my notes real quick.
Big dog got the notes, huh?
You feel me? Alright, let's see what we could talk about. What were we talking about this week? We talking
Hair.
about something. I should have wrote that. I feel like I definitely wrote that down.
I actually had a big talk today with my family. We talked about a whole bunch of history that apparently nobody in this household knows about. I was upset.
I feel like that happens a lot with everyone.
You said what? One more time?
I said I feel like that happens a lot with everyone's family. There's like a hidden history.
Yeah.
Bro, me and my family don't talk about shit.
Bro, Josh, I can't see your brother having a conversation for longer than 30 seconds, bro.
Yo, I don't think I've ever had a conversation with him for longer than 30 seconds, to be honest with you. If niggas wasn't arguing, niggas wasn't talking, like...
Get out of here with that foolishness. That's what I'll be waiting on.
Yo, whose man is this? I be like, yo, alright, I'm trying to go with something light. Let's see. But what happened this week in the world?
A lot of different things. Where y'all want to start at?
For me, all I
UPS
know
driver.
is what happened?
So the UPS driver got hijacked. He got killed.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll kick it off. That was definitely wild. They overdid it. It wasn't necessary to do all that over something so simple. And it's unfortunate that some people lost their lives over that. It's definitely a situation that I don't think the robbers or whatever you want to call them planned on killing somebody to get what they wanted. But it was just once they shot the guy in the head, it was like, yeah, it's over now. Like, then the police did something even worse and shot two innocent people. So I don't know.
It is.
They
The whole
wildin',
situation is
and
wild,
there
but
should be some better training for that.
Definitely a lot. just think
Some
like I
situational
wonder,
awareness.
you know how long the chase was? Because it's like from what it seems like, it seems like it was might have been going on a while. I'm not sure. I was just look right
They
past it,
they
sort
made
of.
it to the highway, so it had to be at least a good 20 minutes at least. How do you make it to
Jeez.
the
That
highway
truck,
with a UPS? Like that's
that
long.
truck was moving, bro.
I mean, they do move, but it's just crazy to think about. Just like you a UPS driver, and then next thing you know, somebody hop in your shit, hop in your truck, and next thing you know, you're involved in a high speed chase.
Next thing you know, you at the gate.
It be like that sometimes. I'll be right back. Give me a second.
All right.
All right. What else happened?
Yeah, it's just.
You see well, I think he sent it to us. Anthony Joshua retains his belt.
I seen
Not
it.
retained,
I
but
seen it. He won it back. I saw he won it back. Yeah, and I was I thought it was. I wish I could have watched the fight. I didn't know it was in the UK because by the time I found out, I had got a notification. I was like, wait, the fight happened. I was like, I thought it was tonight. So I was kind of upset. But I mean, I also saw the dude came in at 283 pounds, and I was just like, I think it's
yeah,
something like 20 pounds over.
yeah. Once they said he came in heavier, I was like, "You're not winning."
I was like, dude, you might.
He lost weight and dude gained weight. Like it's slow for you now.
Yeah. And just looking at kind of sort of the dynamic of it, it's just like you see Joshua, like they were saying he was in a certain mental state before the first fight.
Mhm.
And so I guess, maybe time passed and he got focused for this one.
Yeah.
Maybe he took him lightly the first time. But then I also, saw one of the guys, one of the boxing analysts say that, he was protecting himself a lot better, like protecting his chin. Because they say, he has a glass
You got a
jaw.
weak chin.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
feel like that's so disrespectful.
But you look at the last fight. You look at the last fight, and it's not like he took a whole lot of big hit or big punishment.
Just that combo. Bink, bink.
Took a couple good combos, got a couple good exchanges, and it's funny because he knocked the other dude down first.
Mhm.
So after he knocked dude down, it's just like you would think he would come right back, and he was kept coming for him, and in that process of coming for him, that's when he got Ruiz got him the first time.
Yeah, he hit
So
him with
this
that
time
counter.
he kind of stayed away from him. So,
Yeah. I was watching they have some highlights on YouTube. I was watching that, and they were talking about that. Like instead of charging, he would knock him down, or not knock him down, but like knock him back a little bit, but then take a step back instead of just charging him. Because Ruiz, they were saying like the closer Joshua is, especially since he's had such a long reach, the more it becomes Ruiz's game. So he played it smart. Played it
I
smart.
mean, I feel like any boxer should do, but I mean, I guess he got carried away the first time, thought he was going to be able to finish him easy.
Yeah, I think so as well.
But, I mean, shoot, congrats to him. He got his belt back.
Yeah, yo, people was talking so much shit. I was like, damn, boy.
now come fight Wilder. That's what I want to see.
Yes.
That's
Yo.
Stop playing. Please.
That's gonna be a good one. It's Wilder versus Fury in February.
Y'all like what's this man's name?
Jesus.
What happened?
Oh, you like Adesanya and MMA?
Oh yeah.
Who?
That's the guy. Izzy Adesanya.
That boy,
Adesanya.
Nah,
that boy is fire.
Oh man.
Yo, I guarantee you, Josh, you see him just enter the ring, he'll be like your favorite fighter.
Yeah. Y'all definitely gonna like him, especially for that stuff he did his last fight. Definitely. Like I watched. That was like the third fight of his that I've seen now. So I watched. Me and Josh.
I was watching him.
That was when we were in Nashville. That fight. That's when the fight happened. I watched like the two fights before that when he fought Anderson Silva, and then
That's a fact. I just watched the Anderson Silva fight yesterday.
Yeah, and you can see like, and like just watching his highlights, like even going back to him kickboxing, like he's like that's like stand up. That's like his game. I just seen like
Yeah.
nobody been able to get him on the ground yet. He doing his thing, and it's gonna be kind of rough. I feel like for people to take him out.
Mm. Is that the dude who? That's not the dude who fought Alistair, right? Because I saw the video of Alistair and him getting knocked out with like 10 seconds left in the match. I was like, "Yo, you serious?" Well, I don't think he got knocked out. They were saying he got knocked down, and he got up by like 4 seconds. But for some reason, the ref called it off. Well, he split his lip, but I feel like they let them fight with that at least for a little bit. Like
It depends on how much blood and all that. So
it did look bad. Like yeah, it was crazy. Like his hand was down.
it,
Like, oof, he was slacking.
if there's they have their own like set of like rules and stuff that they follow.
Yeah.
Depending on how bad it looks, how much blood is there.
Yeah, that should.
They always
it looks so bad.
they always have the right to win.
Bro, his upper lip was touching his nose. Like, what?
Yeah, that's probably why they called it off.
Oh, stupid shit. All right.
He said he was tired of you.
Yo, you heard about the Brother Nature-ish, James?
Oh yeah, I seen, heard about it. I watched the clips.
How you feel about it?
I mean, I didn't really I didn't get to read what started it, but for sure, I mean, definitely seemed kind of messed up. But I mean, I don't know whether it was warranted or what the reasoning behind that whole thing is. It's just
Yeah, I was doing some looking into it, and they were basically saying he was at a place that was closing. He was trying to use his like fame and be like, "Yo, like I'm Brother Nature, like come on, let me place my order." And they were saying, "Nah, you can place it to go, like at the window shit or driving, whatever the hell." And he was like making a big deal about it, and then people started recording on their phones, and then he was like trying to take people's phones, and then that's when dude stepped up to him and put the beats on him.
all right. Okay, so now,
So in a way, yes. I mean, I don't know. It's easy to say like, yo, you don't have to escalate it and beat him up. But at the same time, like I understand how it should go, especially with how dudes be. Like you try to take somebody's phone and you trying to act like you're so big because you're just like social media star. Like dudes is gonna step to you.
pretty corny on all parts.
Yeah.
That's
He ain't have to do boy like that, but he also put himself in that situation.
Yeah, you don't have to do him like that, but also you could have just been, a regular dude about the shits,
Yeah, just take your shit to go, my G.
I don't want to react because it's early in the stages of what happened. Everything's still mixed, so I'll reserve my opinion until further notice.
Yeah, like I mean,
But when more details and everything is like solidifying.
Yeah, for sure.
But I did hear what Josh was talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I see. And then you see the dude beating him up. Like I saw him getting beat up inside the spot, but then outside the spot, I'm like, all right, yo, dude, like,
yeah, he went overboard. Like, well, they were saying he was.
I didn't see
talking
outside.
shit.
Like, they had him on the ground, and
bro, he had him on the ground, kicked
down.
in his face. It was just like, yo, come on. Like, I understand maybe throwing hands for a little bit or slamming him, but like to do that while he's on the ground, you're wild. It's not necessary.
Like, and if it's just for something like that, it's like, come on. Like,
yeah.
Come on. And then like the whole like they said like the dude's like all like promoting it, like talking about it on like the social media and stuff, and it's just like, for what?
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man. Like not everybody needs to know it, and then like just like you got everybody recording it, but nobody stopping it. It's just like, yo, at a certain point.
Yo, that is a good segue, bro, because that's really how it is now. Like people just trying to catch it on video and get their little 15 seconds of fame or 15 likes, 15K likes.
But at the same time too, it's like a lot of people don't want to get involved regardless because they don't want to have to deal with anything that has to come with the situation. Like, so for instance, if say you're in New York, right, New York City, and you see something go down, right? The common theme is like nobody's gonna step in, and it's because a lot of people don't want to deal with the bull crap that comes with it. Like, let's be honest, everyone has a life, right? And everybody has things that you know they're afraid to lose, and being caught up in a situation will, you know, effectively take away your time. You know, you don't want to be, you know, so sometimes, you know, they be adding you in the news and stuff like that. You don't want to be dealing with none of that. So it's just like, yo, at the same time, as much as you want people to help, like a lot of people just don't want to deal with the extra energy and time that they got to put into it, which I get.
Like, I get it, but I still feel like you need to have a level of, I don't know if
Responsibility.
morality is the word, but I'm not saying like jump in and like beat the guy, but I'm saying like just tell him, like grab him with something, or like back him up, like, all right, chill, like you got it. But I understand
But
what
at
you're
the
saying.
same
Like people
time,
be
too,
wanting to not get involved.
yeah, because think about it like this. You see how bad he was putting the beats on old boy. What happens if you try to jump in and you know, like stop him and he snuff you? Then what? Now you got to fight him.
Well, it all depends on your approach.
That's true, I guess. But like, yo, if I try to stop somebody fighting and they hit me, nah.
Yeah, now you're gonna have to fight. That's understandable. But just the fact that like it's so much. Yeah, that's so true.
You see what I'm saying? Like it's all gray area.
Yeah, like we've all like probably been around situations or seen situations similar to something like that. So I mean, like how you react to it, you know. I just think the first instinct to pull out your phone. That's really what more so bothers me. Not more so getting involved, but everybody just need to record shit. That's really more so.
I get you.
People don't care. Like they really don't care. I'll get
nah,
that's
a
but I'm
fact.
not about to help you.
Like it's almost to a point where I'm just like, it's like where it gets to thinking like, would you rather someone pull their phone out or just keep walking or keep moving?
While you getting stopped
I'm gonna be
out,
honest,
just keep walking.
Exactly.
Most situations I'm gonna keep pushing. That's just me, because like, bro, I like it may seem bad to say, but I know who I am. If I see a situation, my first instinct is to get out. Like, yo, I'm not dealing with none of this. I'm going. I see somebody fighting, I'm going. I'm not sticking around. What happens next?
No.
It ain't got nothing to do with me. I gotta go. I'm trying to protect my own skin. Feel me?
No, yeah. I mean, shoot. I mean, yeah, I know exactly how you feel. Shoot, we done seen it.
That's what I'm saying. You know how many situations go from bad to worse in an instant?
Exactly.
I'm not sticking around for it to go worse.
For that.
Fact.
Like, geez, y'all handle that. I'm out. I ain't see nothing.
That's not my problem.
You feel me? I'm gone. 100% not my issue.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But like I said, it's not for everyone. Like not everyone thinks the same way I do. A lot of people are, you know, they don't mind doing that. It's just who I am. I know where I stand.
People build different. That's all it comes down to.
That's all.
Yeah, I definitely feel most people definitely are just gonna watch. I don't know. I guess it's not necessarily a bad thing, just until like two dudes fighting, whatever. Like you don't have to step in. I just feel like once.
Yeah, it's not like he was getting jumped.
Yeah.
If he getting jumped, I'm definitely not doing nothing. I'm sorry. I don't know him like that. I'm not sorry. Like I'm not getting jumped for you, bro.
Now
6-on-1.
There was a time I was walking through the Bronx and I saw, you know, a kid running away. He got jumped. This is, you know, it really isn't my spot to like jump in there and try to, you know, stop the situation. First of all, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what the kid did. He could be in the wrong. He could actually deserve to get jumped. You see what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, if I hop in, I'm now 100% involved in that situation. And I have no idea what's happening. It doesn't make sense for me to jump. Like, I'm not a hero. This is not a movie. I'm not going to jump into a situation and try and save somebody. I'm serious. Because you never know, bro. What happens if that kid had a gun on him or some shit like that? And I gave him the time period to breathe and to pull it out. Like, no, I'm not. Come on. You have to think more about, a whole bunch of, situations that's going down. It's not so much of fear. It's like, yo, this is real life. This is real danger. Like,
And I feel like some people just have that embedded in them. Like some people already have that process where that's just automatic. Like some people that just like it doesn't take time. They just see some shit, it processes, they go. Other people like, they don't think all that. They don't process all that information. They haven't had that thoughts in their head before.
That's true. But me, I guess I'm not with it. My first thing is to save my skin. I'm out.
I think that's a lot of people's first instinct.
Right. But see, at the same time, the reason why I do and I don't agree with that is because if you're going to sit there and pull your phone out, you're still in the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Me, I get out of the situation. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you pull your phone out, you are in the situation now. Because as much as people don't believe they have an effect when they pull out their phone, they really do.
Yeah, evidence. Shoot, firsthand.
Because for some people's mindset, now that I'm being recorded, now I really have to wild out.
Yo, that's so true. Like, it really changes the dynamic of the situation. Because now, if you potentially got the whole world about to be watching, like now you got yeah.
I'm gonna just leave the situation entirely alone.
Exactly. Now you got.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about life and all that. It's not necessarily being wrong and right.
Nope.
I feel like any decision you make, like wrong and right, isn't really the thing. It's just like, yo, what are you really getting out of this? What are you doing? What are you contributing? What effect do you have on the situation?
Yeah. So do you guys feel like the social media thing has exposed who we are, or it's just more about person to person? Or are we really just like this as a society, and phones and all that help bring that out?
James, you want to go first?
So you say you think it's just more of who we are as a society, or is it like person
So
to person?
yeah, so do you feel social media has exposed who we are as like mankind, or it's more person to person?
I feel like it's a little bit of both, because a lot of people will still, a lot of people still put up. It depends on the person. Some people are just more comfortable and upfront with what they put out there on social media. So those type of people, some people are just more bold about it. You can it kind of tells you like who's more bold and who might put up more, put up a face on social media. And at the same time, it's just, you have those other people that don't even live through it. So it depends on the person. Like as a society as a whole, you kind of see like it kind of lets you see what people really care about by what they react to, sort of in a way. What they come across, what they retweet, what they like,
Yeah,
So,
it's definitely crazy that it's its own like its own little universe. Like it's just crazy to think about how big of a role it plays. Like there's commercials that have like all the trending, not all the trending, but there's commercials where they'll use a trending dance move or something trending that happened on social media in their commercials to help like reach the audience. Or even with likes, like I remember when we were at school, so 2017 or 2015, 2017, I think that's when it really like popped off, like Snapchat, Instagram. It was all about like posting. It could be something that you really didn't even care about, but you'll post it just to see like, all right, let me see who liked it, blah blah, or post something on your story to see who viewed it, or on Twitter, who keeps liking my tweets, who keeps retweeting my tweets, and this has become its own like little game now, and it's it's just so funny to see like how much that can factor in. Because imagine it was something where you can post, but like you're not gonna see who likes it, or you're not gonna
Instagram
the
is
number.
they already started implementing that.
Mm-hmm.
They've done
So
test runs of that and all that. So
it would definitely change the dynamic. And I'm gonna be like, transparent. I'm a person. I've definitely used that to my advantage. Like I'll post something or I'll do something on social media to see who likes it, and that usually gives me a good indicator. Like, all right, I know if push comes to shove, I can hit her up or do this or do that. So it's definitely become its own game.
So can you repeat the question too when you're done?
Yeah. So it was: do you feel it's exposed who we are as mankind, or is it person to person? I personally feel it's
What do you
just revealed who
mean?
we
What
are
do you
as
mean by
mankind.
person to person? Like, it's just showing you how some people are, or like, what do you mean by the person to person?
So is this how we are as a society, right?
Right.
Or this is just how some people are? So I guess
Shedding
it's
light on some people. Okay, so all right, I can answer. I think it's like everybody else is saying, it's a mixture of both. I think that it has influenced us as a culture to move a certain way,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
and it makes us take certain actions. And yes, it does reveal, who we are as a whole entire group. But it also reveals that person, that it goes person to person, because some people don't even use social media at all. And as big as that may seem like, oh, that's craziness. Like there's like 1 out of 100 people. Like it's just some people really don't get that interaction. Like they don't enjoy that. And humans in general are a communicative species. We're all about communication. So the fact that we now have this platform, well, multiple platforms in which we could communicate instantly with anybody in the world, see what they're doing, see where they're at, their interests and stuff like that. It shows that it reinforces that we are a communicative species. And I guess it does expose that the fact that we pretty much do anything to get that satisfaction of, communication.
Yeah. And I don't think that's
So like I
necessarily.
said,
Yeah, go ahead.
to reiterate, I agree with both. Like it does both, because it shows how radical some people can be, but it shows at the same time, it shows how all humans love that, have that communication. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you hit the nail on the head, because it's not necessarily a bad thing. We are social
That's
creatures,
what I'm
and
saying.
they were just able to create something that they're able to monetize off of and get people
That's a fact.
addicted to, if that's the word. Social media is its own monster, man.
And Josh, you're not the only
Yeah.
person that posts stuff just to see.
Oh no, definitely
I'm
not.
sure.
Oh
I think
yeah, hell, bro. I think
I think that
99%.
happens daily.
we're all guilty of it. It's like
Absolutely.
it's not
You
necessarily
got tools, you
wrong
got to
thing to
use it.
do.
You feel me?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Bro, we're all guilty
We
of
could
it.
go way
It's
deeper into
perfectly
that.
okay.
We could go way deeper into that one for sure.
Definitely. Yeah, this is just a little stimulator. That's definitely something we could really go down the rabbit hole. But I think it's just a matter of, it's also person to person in that how far will you let it rule your life?
Yeah.
You gotta have limits. So also going off of that, James might be aware of this because he's a little more active on Twitter. But basically, there's
A little more, bro. I do not use Twitter at all. I don't even think Twitter's on my phone right now.
so
To be
there's
honest.
two sides of Twitter, at least in this year. There's the pick me Twitter, which is like post things like, oh, I do this, I do that, or basically saying like they have these types of qualities. And then there's the other side, which is whole Twitter. It's just post all the
Get
wild shit
into
that they
it.
be doing. So it just kind of plays to what we were saying. Like, it's so interesting. And I mean, I've seen it and I've read it, and I'm just like, yo, what? Like, some of these things people post on Twitter. Like, there's this one girl that I met her at Greatest Day Ever at the festival when Zay left me. It's all good though. I was on the Ferris wheel.
You know what?
Now you did tell me. I'm messing with you. I was on the Ferris wheel with these two girls, and one of them started talking to me, blah blah. I'm like, okay, cool. None of them are my type, so I wasn't really trying to have a conversation. And then she's like, oh, follow me on Twitter. So I was like, all right, whatever. So ever since then, follow her on Twitter. She be posting the wildest. Like, one day she'll talk about some dude who she met at a bar. Next day she'll talk about, at the gym and post a pic on Twitter. Then the next day she'll talk about another dude. And it's just like if you really try to like get into her life and analyze her life, you'd be just like, yo, what the fuck? Like, how many niggas you got? But then she's also talking about, oh, I want to be with this one. I'm going on a date here. And it's just like, social media, I feel she's doing all that because she's able to post about it. So she's able to do these wild things. And whereas before, you do something wild, it's basically just in your friend group. Now you can do something wild, post it on Twitter, and you'll look cool, especially in this day and age where, women aren't afraid to, be sexual or, go down that path.
Welcome to 2019.
Yeah, welcome to 2019.
I think she's treating it like a diary, in a sense.
Yes.
And I mean, as you're allowed to, do that, and I think it's just the fact that you could get, you could actually potentially become famous by basically letting your diary out to the world. Like, think about Anne Frank. You know what I'm saying? So it's just
I should laugh. I should laugh.
You really shouldn't. It was her diary. It got published, and we all pretty much know her because of her diary. Like, it really isn't any different.
No.
It's just when you see girls post stuff like that and talking about stuff like that, it just makes you think. For me, I don't know about for you guys, but it makes me think like, yo, I really I wonder how many dudes think this, like, yo, you really got to be careful, like, who you meet up with when you're out here, because just like next thing you know, you talk to somebody at a bar or something. Next thing you know, they ranting about you on Twitter, And sometimes I feel like what would make it even more funnier. It would be even funnier if they at the dude or mention the person by name. Sometimes, occasionally they do. There's sometimes.
That's what I'm saying. You got, like you said, you got to protect your neck, bro. This age is crazy.
It's just hilarious
at all times,
to see.
You have to protect your neck. That's
and
a fact. And I want to clear something up too. I did not really abandon this man at this festival.
I know.
He wanted to see a set. And I was like, yo, this person's set is going to be absolutely trash.
Okay.
And I was like, I've heard this person's music before. Like, I'm sorry. I just don't, it's not for me. And it's not what you expect.
Nah.
And he was like, nah, I'm going to wait it out. I'm going to sit there. I'm going to do it. I said, hey, that's perfectly fine. But I'm going to dip because I already know this set is going to be trash. Next thing you know, 2 hours later, yo, that set was trash. I didn't know why. I said, I told you. It's not like I didn't know. I wanted to wait it out. I mean, it's good.
Oh, my God.
But that also reminds me of something that happened when I was there. And it refortifies what I was talking about before, how I just did. There was a lady right before I left, too, who passed out from the heat, and she kind of fell in front of me or next to me, against the wall. And I just kept it pushing. I didn't pull my phone out. I made sure she didn't, fall down and her head or
Yeah,
something.
you made
mad
sure like
crazy,
yeah.
but like that's not her friends were right there. I'm not gonna stay. And
Ah,
she already has a support system. There's people who get paid to react to stuff like that. But
I don't. Yeah,
I made sure she didn't do nothing crazy. I walked past her and I kept it pushing. Her friend group was there. Like that's how I do. That's how I deal with situations.
but
I'm
yeah,
gonna let it
and
rock. I'm gonna
you
keep it
can't
pushing.
be wrong
That's
with
just
that.
me.
I don't
That's
think
what I'm
you're really
saying.
wrong in that because like it's not like you're like I don't know if you're certified in like whatever
I
like medical
would
stuff.
have made the situation worse. I would have probably started panicking.
And
I'm
then like
serious.
and like her friend, you said her friends are right
Her
there.
friends were there. Like it's
So it's
no
not like
big.
you like some creepy like then like they see some
That's what
creepy
I'm
like some
saying.
dude, and next thing
I'm
you're the
not trying to
creepy
be no
dude
creep.
somewhere, and it's like
Exactly.
nah, but shoot, I mean, make sure she
Yeah.
was good.
It is what it
and-
is, bro.
Exactly.
I'm sure she was good. When I walked back through the area, she was getting attended to, so
Yeah,
she must have been all right.
and it sounds and honestly
There's nothing I could have done to help her out in that situation. I'm gonna be honest.
no, exactly. Sometimes you got to know your strengths. Sometimes you can't just can't help somebody. And also, it
Yeah.
sounds like when you left, well, quote unquote, left Josh, you didn't really leave him. You was just doing what you do, and Josh was doing what he does. And
That's it.
that like and it happened to be at a festival. And Josh was even he was at a Ferris wheel. So I mean, hey.
Yeah.
So I mean, that just sounds like like when Josh left. When Josh went to I can't say his name, but when we was at governor's ball, and you went to your man's set, and also yeah, and also watching and the Lil Wayne set. So I mean,
Bro, so, like, hey, that's what I'm saying. We don't got to be conjoined at the hip. We can still be friends. One of you could leave. I could go somewhere. You could go somewhere. It's not like
facts.
you
Like
disrespect
each other
me
eventually.
because you want to go do something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have interest. You have interest. Go ahead. We meet back up when it's over. That's all.
Exactly. Like yeah, it's like what was
Some
the
people
thing?
take that to the heart, though.
Bro. And that's funny because we learned that early, like freshman year. I remember freshman year, we went to.
That's a fact. I think old boy froze up.
For like pretty much 3 hours, and next thing you know, we met. Nah, I definitely did. Yeah.
Nah, old boy, you froze up. Hold up.
Yeah, run it back.
Nah, wait. So where y'all leave? Where I leave off?
Bro, you didn't even start.
That is wild.
Yo, that was jokes, bro.
That is.
Oh man, I'm sorry, bro.
It's going. Of course, it's going to happen to me too.
Oh man,
You
I'm
were saying
sorry.
something about
It was
freshman
just
year, I
funny.
think.
No, like freshman year, when we went to Foam and Glow. That's what it was.
Oh,
And
jealous.
Oh my gosh, that was
but like Zay did for like most of the time. I was like, all right, cool.
bro.
Like,
I wanted to see what was good. I was having fun.
yeah, we both saw what was good too. Shoot, it's a good night.
Honestly, it was a good night. It was very funny. Everything at the end of the day was just funny.
For sure.
It was a good memory. It was freezing. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Yeah. To piggyback off that a little bit, definitely. Well, how do I phrase this? Well, this is me kind of saying what's already been said, but yeah, there's definitely like a laugh at my pain or like look at the wildlife I live people on social media who like well, I'll say a coworker because I definitely won't drop a name, but like, or I don't even have to use that example. I'll create an example. Like, there's people who are going through things home life wise, and I feel like those are the people who tend to be most active on social media. And then that's just a theory of mine, but it seems that way to me. Like whenever I meet a female who is like very active on social media, or, like gets tons of likes and all that, they always have some kind of like crazy like home life issues with their parents, and then that would explain why they go to social media and getting likes and shit because they're not
I
getting
mean,
that love
then
at the crib.
it kind of makes sense, but like with everything, there's just so many variables when it comes to things as well. Because you could just be simply just have too much time on your hands, like you're not really doing anything, and it's just like, what else am I gonna do besides go on media and just go on social media and communicate with the entire world? Like,
it's disgusting how many times I open the same app within like 2 seconds. Open, close. And I open it like I didn't just have that shit open.
And refresh it. Exactly. Like you didn't just open it.
Shit is mad annoying. All right. So I won't let this run too long. There's another thing I want to talk about, but I do want to give this like an hour time limit, so I won't break into that. Use that for next week. Before we depart, any departing words? I guess the topic of today was current events, and will always be current events, but also just social media and validation, or social media and how it's making people act/react.
Fellas, watch these ladies out here. They trying to catch you, okay? Don't get caught slipping, all right? Be on your game at all times.
Yo, you're not lying. It's really a game out here. You either playing or getting played. It's sad. Well, I don't know if it's sad, but
sometimes you're just trying to be legit, and it just ends up being a game.
Yep. It takes two to tango. It takes two to tango.
Yeah, ladies, watch these men. They out here really trying to finesse him.
Yo, disconnect this cat. Disconnect this cat.
Yo, be here real quick.
Yo, you break it up, bro.
Yeah, I'm out, bro.
Oh my god.
That's jokes. Nah,
but you're not lying, though.
Protect your neck.
You're not lying. Everybody got to
your
protect
neck.
themselves. Shoot.
That's a fact.
Yeah, everybody fair game, man.
That's
but
it's like the Wild West out here.
On a serious note, just have a plan, have a goal, and just work towards it. In all honesty, I feel like a lot of us don't have goals or plans, and we don't, continuously check ourselves to see, are we working towards this, or where are we even going in life? It's just like, I feel like a lot of people are just going. They don't know what they're doing, where they want to go, but they're just going. Going as hard as they can. Like, you got to take time out to rest. You got to rest hard, as somebody says. Like, we have to envision where we want to be in life, what really makes us happy, and just pursue it as hard as we can. Like, as much as I've said, things that I want to happen, I didn't have like a set vision of what I wanted to do. And in these past couple months, I'm really starting to envision where I want to go, where I want to be, what I want to do. And I'm now turning that wheel in motion. Like, I have a destination. Like, I know where I want to go. I'm not just burning out down the street. That's all I gotta say.
Deep. That's so true. It's so easy to get caught up in the daily things you gotta do. You can forget about the long term.
Yeah.
And it won't happen unless you give yourself a constant reminder of what the end goal is, why you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Why you're dealing with some whack ass coworkers, annoying ass coworkers.
Oh, now that you said that, that's another point, bro. Your coworkers are not your friends,
bro. Oh my god. Keep saying.
Don't ever forget that.
Back. Please.
Your
Just there for the
coworkers are
check
not your
like you.
friends. Do not do not tell them do not tell them your business. Do not tell them what you plan to do. Do not give them no
Wait,
type of
wait,
dirt
wait.
on
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna stop you. We're gonna talk about that.
We can use it for another time. It's just simple. Like, yo, your coworkers is not your friends. It's that simple. Don't get caught up in it. They're only nice because you're there in the same space.
Yeah. All right, man. We gonna bring it back next week. What's the date on next week? The 15th.
Peace, love, and
I don't know what to
positivity.
call this yet, but it's gonna be something therapy, free therapy, laptop therapy. I don't know, but this is therapy for me. Nice to talk to my guys about topics that I'm sure we all care about and are affected by. With that being said, I'm Josh. Everybody,
Zay.
we out.
Facts. Till next time, my brothers.
I'm gonna hit your
Next
voice.
time.
You're